Anyways, we are going to do another quick play and review. We're going to be playing a little bit of Dragonkin, the Banished, thanks to Lurkit. It is developed by Eko Software and Nacon. And it's available on Steam now for about $37.50 maple leaflets. And has a whole bunch of downloadable content. Looks like it's mostly cosmetic for the founders packs. If you're wanting to support devs a little bit further, that is always an option you can make. We're going to jump right into some gameplay though. Did you see Miss before leaving last night? I believe you did, Crumb. I do believe you did. We're going to update Boo, though, to be in the appropriate attire. No longer scared. Ready to fight. I was going to put them in their night outfit, but I kind of want to put them in their Claire Obscure outfit because we haven't played Claire Obscure in a while, and I like that outfit. This was great. I'm glad that we were able to finish in a day. Wait, what? Huh? You're about to create a new character in the City 1. We'll play story. We're gonna play the prologue. You did really like Mist, yes.
When time first began, the Eternal gave life to powerful beings of light, the Dragonkin. But as misfortune would have it, the power given to these creatures awoke in them only a boundless pride and an inexhaustible thirst for dominion.
I've been there.
Shaken by this betrayal, the Eternal banished them to the deepest abyss of Dracomundus. It was there, in the depths of the earth, that they twisted into the monstrosities that we know today as dragons. Alas, possessed more than ever by hate and vanity, the Banished refused to admit themselves defeated. Through their voices, they persisted in corrupting humanity. Through their blood, they defined the land we call our home. From that moment on, mankind would live in fear. Fear that one of the Dragon Lords, the most powerful of the Banished, would one day return to the surface. With the support of his Dragonkin, Saw Iknog succeeded in escaping from his subterranean prison. And brave souls, guided by the light, rose up and vowed to push him back. Soldiers of the Order, righteous and faithful to the Eternal, who suffered body and soul after coming into contact with draconic corruption. Rare were those who remained impervious to the depraved whispers of the dragons on the outskirts of this gaping breach. One such person was Godefroy of Clairval, Grand Knight of the Order of the Eternal.
Okay. I guess we're just launching on it. Okay. So I'm guessing this is just kind of a tutorial to get used to. Ooh, I like that one.
Not yet. I must prepare.
Is this a Polite? What do you mean a Polite?
The voice of the Dragon Lord.
Oh, Path of Exiles. I don't know. Kind of reminds me of
instilling terror and madness.
Reminds me a bit of old school Diablo. That is a good thing.
Had a breach so vast been rent between the two worlds. It was here, at this wound between worlds, that the corruption was most potent. One
Yeah.
by one, haunted by the whispers from below, the people
Health.
succumbed to
You have
madness.
big health bar, big red health bar, and big blue mana bar. Genre is definitely the genre to be. Meow. Spin. What do you think you're doing? No. 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 I've actually been really considering playing through the Diablo series. I might put them in the next retro vote. Though if I do it, I would really like to play with a group.
Pitiful in their wretchedness, and
Because I only ever got to play the first one.
their new masters. They drank the blood of the dragon and gave in to depravity.
We zooming. I like that they went with like a dragon theme, and actually put it in every
They were
design.
twisted into ghastly monsters, mockeries, Dragonkin.
Slash. Look, if big health bar is big circle is not a genre, it should be. And if it has another name, I petition to have the name changed. You know, I'm pretty sure that this character is gonna be like not somebody I play in the end because this is a tutorial and their armor looks far too good for a tutorial. But I am I am enjoying destroying as many things as I possibly can. I can do that too. Look at. Yeah. Diablo sounds familiar. I think it is very, very formative in developing modern gaming. It did some really amazing things as when it came out. I believe it was a Blizzard, if I remember correctly.
Filled with these fleeting embers of hope, a few brave souls founded an alliance to carve the first breach into draconic defenses. Here, the Dragonkin's power was strong. It fused our world with that of the Banished. Godefroy of Clairval heroically broke through and shattered their defense barriers.
But at what cost?
This act of bravery, a feat of the righteous alliance of men, allowed me to lend aid to the Knights of the Order of the Eternal. Me, Almantia, Grand Oracle of Pytho Durkan, Dragon Blood, a human altered but not consumed by the draconic blood that flows through my veins. My sisters and I have powers given to us by the dragon, but our souls remain our own.
Cool. So, thunder.
Not yet. Neither Dragonkin nor entirely human, and afforded extraordinary abilities by our forebears.
I'm not gonna lie, the
Those who
last
drank the
person seemed like
blood
they were
of the
stronger.
only banished dragon to have ever repented before the Eternal.
But I think I'm just like biased to his skill set. Just goes.
Not yet. I was prepared.
I like that they're letting you play kind of like a stronger hero in this storyline, so you're actually getting a chance to like
Connected our thoughts to those of the dragons.
see what's your playstyle. I think that there's a good chance that they're both based off the same thing, yeah.
With that understanding came a vulnerability. We soon learned that we were at the mercy of our whispers. The voices threatened to consume us.
I mean, we have discovered that
Our civilization fell.
T-Rexes are more inclined to have had
Forcing us to live
wings
once men
since they're more
in the
bird
city of
related
the
than
order of the
thought.
Eternal.
So there's a chance. I think he's fine.
I need time.
Yeah, the lightning is not as much my playstyle as the fire one was, which is weird because normally I'm much more of a fan of range in games, but something about how it plays in this, I think I might like be a little closer.
I have no energy left. Ready. Closer to the breach made by Sir Iknog, Godefroy, fighting fire with fire, confronted the draconic hordes. I battled by his side, but my strategy was less direct. My draconic power allowed me to open up a passageway for the men of Nurogard, all of them prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice to save what remained of humanity. Once this invisible barrier had been breached, they
It was
knew
kind of
that their
visible.
lives would hang by mere threads. But these warriors from the north cared little for the uncertainties of our plan. A hero's death in the heat of battle with their enemy was the greatest honor that could befall them. Led by the pale dragon blood Harold Truelson, the barbarian fleet had but one objective: to lure the enemy into the open sea and leave the path to the breach vulnerable.
Ice
If
powers,
a
dude, I'm
single
guessing.
vessel reached the coast, then this sacrifice would not have been for naught. Harold Truelson reached the hostile shore and avenged those fallen from the Toriel clan. The barbarians of Nurogard feared neither pain nor death, and they welcomed violence as they might an old and familiar friend. Truelson knew this friend better than most.
Interesting choice on the
A select few
ice being
highly trained clansmen.
like the way the playstyles are versus the elements are very, I would say, atypical of what I'm kind of used to seeing them as, which I'm not upset about at all.
Among them was Truelson. To become a dragon blood barbarian, he paid the ultimate price and cast away a portion of his humanity. In exchange, he received draconic powers that he put to use for the Toriel clan, the Eternal, and humanity at large.
Bandit judgment. I need time.
The way we just yeeted that dragon is hilarious. Na, 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 na.
I am out of breath.
Trophy for 1,000 enemies, that's not bad.
I need to catch my breath.
The pale dragon blood had achieved his goal. The Alliance's plan, as unlikely as it was to succeed, could run its course.
I like never choose fire powers as my like go-to, and I might actually do it this time, and it's so weird.
The barbarian waited for the signal that would tell him where to carve a bloody path through enemy defenses and lure the dragons far away from the breach. The Congirati nomads, every bit as proud and as fearless as the warriors from the north,
Next creature, I'm guessing.
the alliance of men to help
I
push
love how they're
back
actually letting you
Sorknoch,
play through all of the like
Crimson Dragon.
higher level version of all the different characters.
Sitting astride their draconic hybrids, these tracker archers face the dragons steadfastly and seemingly without fear. Not one would allow the enemy to make easy prey of them. Hides, wings, teeth, blood. For the Congirati, each draconic monstrosity was not only a threat, but also a
Snyder's
quarry
freeing.
from which they could gain valuable resources. And where others had begged and prayed for divine salvation, these nomads made full use of anything the earth and Providence offered them in order to survive. Their master tracker, Eula, however, did not see things in such stark shades of black and white. Of all those who made up their number, she was the first to recognize the value of this eternal light. How long would her people be able to continue traveling freely if the corruption were to poison the entire world?
We heal from damage? Nice. Well, you might be my favorite. We'll see. I'm still really liking number 1, though.
Arm grows sore.
have no energy left.
To seal this union, the Order of the Eternal entrusted her with one of their most powerful relics, a single, gleaming scale of light. Each champion had one, and the power of their light would be needed to push Sir Iknog back into the shadows.
So, Pfeiffer, of all the characters that you've seen, which ones are you liking so far the most?
My strength fails me.
It was up to Eula, armed with her scale of light, to cast the invocation. She would then know whether she had been right to put her trust in the Order and in joining the Alliance.
Sorry, Chromie.
The power of the light was like nothing ever seen before. We heard the Dragon Lord howl into our
Pfeiffer's probably the
minds,
longest sleep right
racked
now.
with pain and rage. So close to the Dracomundus, our souls suffered as from 1,000 deaths, but we held fast to our positions. Inch by inch, the divine light pushed the corruption back into the breach. And it was thus that the Banished Lord saw Iknog disappeared once more into the shadows, where he would
Perfect.
suffer eternal retribution.
I hope you do.
Once calm fell, we were all that was left, the sole witnesses to the feat accomplished by the Alliance of Men. But more than ever,
You like the
knew
electric
that
one and the air
taint
one
of
the most?
draconic depravity still festered in the depths of the abyss, impatient to break free once more. Thus, from the union of men and their allies that stood together in the face of
See, and
the
I
divine
like
threat,
the right the
an
most,
elite
I
corps
think.
was
But I
established
did like
within the
Ice.
Order of the Eternal, the Dragon Hunters.
I will say this game is fairly resource heavy so far. Turn comes to the child, the war heroes mastered the lance. They're melee, defensive, and balanced. The Electrain transforms the little pillar. She seems to blah blah blah. She has distance control and area. The Barbarians, whom I'm looking at respectfully, is melee, aggressive, and multi-hit. Like his father, before the blood of a pale dragon streaks through his veins, chilling power of the storm or his call. Drawing on the supernatural strength, his attacks intensify like fights. And then there's the Koridani. As the best tracker in her clan, she draws upon her extraordinary skill, defensive arsenal to her. Ooh. So let's look at this. Fuel. Certain skills return fuel instead of energy. Fuel gauge is restored gradually over time. Striking, you can strike forward, do that circle hack, and do a coronal flame. I liked all of those. And that's the armor. Ooh, that armor is sick. I'm gonna have to go with her because her arm's cooler. That's gonna be my tiebreaker for them.
Perhaps the heroes that the Alliance of Men has been waiting for will be found among this unit's latest recruits.
This one is marked.
Ooh, the UI for the enemies is really nice. I just like took more time to look at it instead of trying to observe the characters, and I really like it.
Ready to kill.
Now let's like a little side weapon. It's very cute. Very demure. Very tasteful. No. No.
Ready to kill. Ready to kill.
Sorry.
There they are. Nicely done, Songkat.
Take care of yourself, apprentice. There are Dragonkin gathered here.
These are the ones that killed Yorn's brother. I know they're poison.
Let us eliminate them. We cannot let them establish themselves this close to Montesky.
I love that it's all of us together. It's so cute.
This one is marked.
Is anyone hurt?
We're fine. Somehow. But what is this totem? It seems as though all the Dragonkin were heading straight for it. Our apprentice was able to find us by following them.
Astria, you're the expert in draconic rites. Do you have any idea where they could have come from?
That voice sounds familiar. I wonder who
All
Alaric's
signs
voice
point
actor
to this
is.
totem having been used for a ritual of corruption. And from the sheer amount of blood spilled here, we can assume they have enslaved a host of victims.
The statue was crafted from black willow. It must be from the Jaxara's swamp. My clan's caravans used to stop for supplies there. before passing through your lands.
So far from here? Could the Dragonkin have carried this idol all the way across the plains?
There would have to be countless adepts among their number if so. We must warn the Council of Montesky without delay.
Given the scale of this invasion, it should not be difficult to win the Councilors over. They'll surely decide to attack
this
in
guy.
force.
I've played a couple games with him,
Perhaps
and
it would be best to learn more about our enemy before rushing in.
There would be one way to learn more about these creatures. A reconnaissance mission. If we send a small group, they may go unnoticed. A few skilled soldiers need only enter their lands and target their sanctuaries and camps. Then we'll see how they respond. We'd need to leave before reinforcements arrive from the plains. But this would allow us to gather information while also creating a diversion.
So be it. The apprentice will accompany Son Kan while we protect the borderlands around the Alliance. The apprentice will gain a bit of experience in the company of a tracker. All that leaves is the accolade, and to make her a dragon hunter officially.
hooray. Interesting. Huh. Huh. I don't know how I feel about that. That's so weird. It's cool, but weird.
You're marked for death.
So it looks like the game by default gives you 4 slots, which makes sense because there's 4 different types of Draconics you can be. Or Dragonkin. Rather.
My blades are ready.
Oh, I leveled up! Let me kill this man and then I will deal with that. Alright. So we've got Courage, which is your reflexes and armor. Intellect, resilience, and agility. I feel like that's what I want to do right now. That's super cool that you can kind of like re-spec on the go. Oh. You would assume we would have seen that. We're not really good at tracking, are we?
This one is marked. I have no energy left.
You have a score for this game already? And what, pray tell, is it?
Catching my breath.
Cows. Can they pet them? Boo! Moo. Can't pet the cats. 9.5. I think we have found Chromie's style of game. Party management. This is where we can check out our parties, groups. Choose your difficulty at the Mosquito God Post. Arsenal. So cute. Draconic Atlas. Grand Vindictor. Artificer. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. Oh, but they make it so you can fast travel, which is amazing. So we can slowly build up her town, which I think is cool. I like that. That's cool. We can kind of make her town our own little, unique little oasis, if you will. You don't have a style of game? You know, everybody has a little bit of stuff they like. I'm fairly eclectic with my likes too, so I get it.
There's not a moment to lose.
There's a Knight here. Hello. Change group. Ah. Uh-huh.
The Dragonkin number more than ever, and they are rapidly...
Please forgive this intrusion, councillors. Alas, Grand Tracker, I fear I do not bring the news you are hoping for.
Speak, Hunter.
As you ordered, we found the Dragonkin that killed one of our own. In doing so, we discovered an ascendant cult, one which swells in number.
They are practicing corruption rituals in the plains around Montesky. According to Sankan, the idols they are using are from Jaxara, and the ground there was drenched in dragon's blood. I fear that their intentions have been made all too clear.
They have come to desecrate the plains? This close to Montesky? How have they been able to escape our notice for so long?
With your permission, Counselor, allow me to conduct a reconnaissance mission into enemy territory together with the apprentice.
Reconnaissance.
2 hunters against an army of adepts? You cannot be serious.
The Dragonkin have flooded the plains, de Clerval, and redoubled their assaults against my clan. This hunter strategy would allow us to combat them on several fronts.
This is so. Allow Sankan and the apprentice to gather information at least. I will oversee them, and if there is need for it, we will call them back. I suggest we put our trust in our hunters, Auspex.
And what of the apprentice?
She is ready, Auspex.
Then your plan will have
I will
my
say that
support.
the head honcho dude.
High Priest Cornelis, proceed with the accolade.
Kneel, apprentice. Today, before the Eternal, you commit to our fight against the dragons until they draw their last breath. to hunting those who serve them, to sealing the breaches to their vile prison of Dracomundus forevermore, to ridding humanity of their corruption. As a token of your sacrifice, please take this scale of light. It is a relic of Miriel, the Drakiel who, long ago, managed to banish these ungodly creatures together with the Eternal. It will protect you from the corrupting influence of their voices. Today, it will make you a protector of humanity, a blade of the Eternal, a hunter of dragons. Arise, hunter. Non Draco sit mihi dukes. Let not the dragon guide me.
I wonder if your
Come
first
and
mission
find
in
me
here
at the
with
jail before leaving Monteskai.
changes depending on your
Since Sun Can and yourself
You're
will be
like
on your own in the
warrior you
Jaksara
chose
swamp,
to start.
we are prepared to offer you our support.
The Grand Tracker and I have pooled the Order's resources and Kongirat's expertise to give you a decisive advantage. To meet the dragon's strength with our own, we have raised the first tame Wyrmling.
And we have taught it how to fight alongside hunters. It will make for a fearsome ally.
Grand Tracker, be reasonable. Nobody has ever been able to tame a dragon. This creature is dangerous.
You are right, to a point. Raising it was not enough. To control these beasts of draconic perversion, we needed to purify and subject them to the power of the light. We used blessed seals to do just that. It is not their chains that keep them subjugated, Tracker, but rather our faith in the Eternal.
This Wyrmling will accompany the new hunter. Your first mission promises to be a challenging one, and I am in no hurry to be called for a new accolade anytime soon. Innovation is one of the core values of our clan, Sun Can. I wager your opinion will change once you've seen this creature at work.
With all respect, Grand Tracker, I highly doubt it.
You little babies. So we got the little ice guy who shoots projectiles. We got a little fire guy, who shoots large explosions. Little poison guy, and a tempest guy who causes lightning to strike random locations. I think I want this one. Hi, little mans. Hi.
This Wyrmling will add its power to your attacks. Now, Hunter, let us rid ourselves of the cult that is poisoning the Jaksara swamp.
You're saying your Wyrmling partner will compete in a fight, side, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it has its own thing. Little mans, little mans. Little mans, little mans, little mans. That's this. Personal chest, shared chest. Oh, neat. Eventually we'll be teleporting, I'm guessing, through there. So yeah, you can add a local player if you just want somebody to play with you locally, which would be really good because means you could also play it probably online through SharePlay. The world's quite large. And it looks like you have to slowly kind of like level up your town if you want to have more folks with you. I'm liking it more the more time I'm spending with it, the more I'm enjoying a lot of what it's got provided, I guess you could say.
Keep an eye on your Wyrmling. I don't like to see the Order getting involved in the clan's research. I often adventured in the
He's
Jaxara
just
swamp.
a little baby.
I believe I know a village there where we can begin our search. Keep your scale close. The dragon's whispers are louder here, in Dragonkin territory.
All right. Well, that was our QueenCityQ quick review there. I'm gonna give it its pros and its cons. So I think the pros on this game is that it does have a lot going for it. It looks like it's really well thought out. I thought the tutorial intro part was brilliantly done. It does look like it has a lot of customization as far as like your character. The storyline actually has somewhat of an intrigue to it. The negatives I give is it does suffer a little bit for some of the controls. They just take a little bit to get used to if you're not used to this kind of game. Oh, another pro for this game is it does allow local multiplayer. That's a big one I forgot. Another negative, because I try and make sure I have at least 3 pros, 3 cons for each one. I do think that this game could potentially benefit from a little bit more character customization. Even if it's just like small things. I know they're small and whatever, but sometimes it's nice to be able to see your character, like yourself in your character. So even giving like 2 or 3 variations of each region warrior to choose would be nice, especially when you're playing multiplayer. And the last thing that I have is that this game is pretty resource heavy. I played a few games on my computer, and this one definitely seemed to really kind of pull quite a bit more than I would have assumed, I guess. There's a lot of DLC for this already. There's 6 DLCs already, and they're like $5 a piece. Mostly just cosmetics, so you don't need them. But yeah, overall, I would give this game probably like a good 8, probably. Just from what we played, and I'm excited to go multiplayer and go into something a little bit more extensive, potentially with some other folks in the future. So that's where we will sit with that one.